Well, nothing good comes easy. I still trust that it's going to be a good one. Sorry about that. After a long day that you
Mm.
had, and you still have to go through this. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I think it looks good now. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Comfort. You are welcome to another edition of a live interview with one of the brothers in the house. And we are still going to be talking about ONPASSIVE. If you tune in here each time, you know that we are talking about ONPASSIVE. So sorry about the technical hitches we just had a moment ago, and it looks good now. So we just hope that you are tuning in back so that you can share. If you are visiting this for your first time, please kindly subscribe and share. And if you're already a subscriber, please do well to continue to share and to like so that someone can join us and we share this vision together. So today is another exciting moment, like I said, and I am going to introduce to you someone very, very, very special in the house. So I am talking about someone here who is one of us. He is a pastor. He is a Nigerian and he lives in Nigeria. So he is an entrepreneur. The person I'm talking about here that we're going to meet tonight is a CEO of a foundation for capacity building and human empowerment, which is an NGO. He is equally a sociologist. So happily, guys, apart from this portfolio, our own brother in the house is equally one of the giant foundations of ONPASSIVE. He is one of our great leaders who is sharing the ONPASSIVE dream with all passion. So I am really happy to introduce to you our own brother Paul Ude Agbo, aka Pastor Paul 360. Pastor Paul 360, you are very welcome to this special edition. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you very much, Sister Ruth.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure being here.
Okay. Can we see you, please? Can you put on your video so we can see you, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pastor Paul. Like we have read, you have a very rich background. You have been doing a lot of things. You are equally a family man. So your hands are apparently very full. But apart from that, what really interests us and why you are here tonight is that even though you are a CEO of an NGO of your own, you are a pastor, you are a father, a husband, and all of these things, you still squeeze time to be a leader of a giant company like ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE, before we go ahead to hear from Pastor Paul, ONPASSIVE is this IT in a company that is about to be launched, a company that is driven by artificial intelligence, a huge company that already has about 500,000 active registered founding members, a company that has already employed up to about 700 employers. We have our buildings, our offices in India, head office in the United States of America. The founder and CEO of this great company that we are going to hear about from our brother is called Mr. Ash Mufare. So, Pastor Paul 360, this is interesting. You are who you are, and apart from that, you are a great leader of ONPASSIVE. So how, just begin with, just tell us a bit more about yourself, if you won't mind. Tell us what is your foundation about? You say it's a foundation for capacity building and human empowerment. Just tell us a bit about that before we move forward to what ONPASSIVE is all about. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm very delighted to be here. And I also pray that God will strengthen you to continue the good job you are doing for the ONPASSIVE Global and that of the Africa in particular. And one more thing, one of my persons called me sometimes ago, and he said, all the information on YouTube and everywhere, she's not getting anything from there until she came across one of the video in Pidgin. And
Oh,
that was where she got everything perfectly. And I told her, don't worry, I'll get more of them for you. And that was why I called you the other day. Please flow them to me, and like that. You are doing a wonderful job.
thank you,
So
bro.
and continue. So like my NGO, Foundation for Capacity Building and Human Empowerment, to some extent, the two compound words there are self-explanatory. We talk about capacity building to see how people can come out of whatever, anywhere they are in life that is not favorable, that is not good. You change their status quo, you change their thinking system, you change their way of life, you change their belief system in a way that is good and that is conform with the ethics and the pattern of the society. Because you notice changes daily, but people doesn't change like that, or except based on some certain information. So as a foundation, we are not only looking at the empowerment aspect, but looking at how you can position an individuals for an empowerment, so that when you empower them, they will be able to sustain the new status. So that is what exactly the NGO is all about. And then the empowerment, we all know, we are looking forward to see how we can empower people in every way, both economically, socially, politically, educationally, and every other facet of life. And which, by the grace of God, God is giving us the strength, and we are doing one thing at a time. The project has launched, the NGO has launched several projects on different social fabrics, social institutions, ranging from religion. One of the prominent projects is religion as an instrument for peace building in Nigeria. Like we all know that African societies, religion is one of the key institutions that controls some of the other basic institutions. So taking care of religion, we are looking at how the religious leaders at various levels should be able to have a better knowledge of how the society works, apart from the spiritual knowledge that have little differences. Then, as in the social perspective, the aim and the functions of religion remain the same. So the knowledge of our leaders, getting the social, how religion can be integrated to help several issues of the society is one of the basic things, and we are excelling in them. Just as some of the hitches, we will take care of them over time, and things will get better in our immediate environment, which is in Nigeria and beyond. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you, Brother Paul. I think anybody listening to you and someone like me that I already know you, I can already connect a lot between you and your passion for ONPASSIVE, but I will actually let you do this on your own. But what I want to get out of it is that you have a knack for empowerment, because anything you do, from the social to the religious aspect to whatever thing you do, I think that empowerment is your thing. So how did you come to know about ONPASSIVE? Just let us know briefly, please.
Thank you. Like every other person, on the 10th of July last year precisely, one of my neighbors saw me on Sunday and said, Pastor, 360 degree, please, can I see you? That's a few minutes, and we met, and he said, there is a company that is about to be launched, and he will want me to be part of it, and he has no knowledge, much knowledge about the ONPASSIVE. I said, can I have the name? He gave me the name. I Googled it. I saw the ONPASSIVE, and that very night, I was able to run through the website, and the point of over 3 to 4 hours study, I discovered that this is something I can be part of it, that will help me in aiding my passion and mission in life. So I got involved immediately. And since then, I continue praying that God should help me out with everything that I will need to make sure that this organization affects the life of people in Nigeria. So that is how I got involved since the 11th of July last year. And it has been awesome. Every day I kept on seeing and motivating factors from people all over the world. And I know that, yes, I am in a real place. And much as many that I can reach out to without any sentiment, I know they will be, it is for them. So that is how I started, and I never look back.
Okay, I know. I like the one you started and never look back, because I can testify to this. Because I know your relentless efforts that you have been making to share this vision all over Nigeria in particular, and Africa in general, or even in the entire world. Because I know you are ready at any time to respond to anybody, to answer any question, and make sure somebody becomes part of this. What is actually motivating you to do this? Is it like you are on a payroll, or what is motivating you? What is your incentive in sharing this dream so widely and with passion?
Yeah. Like many people may think and may assume that when they look at you doing some things that ordinarily somebody may not be able to do without a reward, they assume that you have been paid. But sometimes there are some payments and some reward that comes after a consistent and hard labor in a view to help and elevate several other people from the particular challenge. So by the grace of God, and like you also know, that nobody has ever earned one kobo from ONPASSIVE for now. But we know that tomorrow is very, very pregnant, and we wouldn't want to enjoy what is carry alone. So that is the motivation. Is I've seen the benefit ahead that is very, very huge. So I need to galvanize and mop up whatever resources that are required for me to get this thing to the people. Because people like us, with the heart, with the burden of humanity, we look for opportunity, whatever that will affect, that will change the life of people. We don't mind. We can search for fun, we can borrow, we can get from anywhere to make sure that the real effect is felt on people.
Okay.
And that is the rationale for such a movement and preaching and jumping from one state to another in Nigeria day and night to make sure that people get it.
Okay. So if I get you well, you say what motivates you is the benefits that lie ahead. What exactly?
Ahead.
Yes. So what exactly what are these benefits?
Okay.
Because you are really passionate about, and you can't wait until anybody can be part of it. What are the benefits of becoming a founding member of ONPASSIVE?
Okay, now for so many of us, we had enough knowledge of most of the global, leading global IT and every other company so far. And we knew that for somebody to be part of the 1% of the company's composition and structure, the person is already positioned for economic transformation.
Okay.
And in ONPASSIVE so far, the 1% is still far ahead to be reached. So now, and being like you said, what is that I've seen? I've seen that ONPASSIVE is not just a company with a mono or a byproduct. If those companies with one or two products can transform so many people to become billionaires, now how much more ONPASSIVE that is coming with multiple of about 53 different products, and not only product per se, but what is the lecture, what is the status of those projects in terms of sophistication, in terms of advancement. The product of ONPASSIVE is more higher than all the existing one that we know. Why? Because the composition from the development to the maturity stage, all were integrated with artificial intelligence 100%. And we know what artificial intelligence is all about now. So now, why I am doing what I am doing is that I know that even no matter how I am rich from ONPASSIVE, I will not be able to reach out to everybody. But if I am able to reach Mr. A now, Mr. A come on board, tomorrow Mr. A can reach out to B, to those I will not be able to reach out to. That is what I am doing presently, because the benefit is unimaginable financially, and otherwise, because the product will help so many people also to achieve their aims through their businesses, through their enterprises, through whatever they do, and also getting enough money from because of being a part of the company, being a founding member, entitled to the sharing of 75% of whatever comes into the company is something that in Nigeria, if I have my way, every population of Nigeria, especially the youth that make up 60%, which is 160 million of Nigerians today, the population is within 18 to 35 years. And can you imagine that the 18, which is about 160 million people, are youth, and out in this population, 60% of that population are unemployed. Can you imagine why we are having so many challenges, security, and so many vices because of the rate of unemployment and other things? So when we are involved in ONPASSIVE today, by the grace of God, there is nobody that will be a founding member in ONPASSIVE and will not alleviate so many people from poverty, from unemployment. So that is why I am doing this, to make sure so many people come on board.
Wow, you sound so confident, and you make it look like, because I know what it means being unemployed. I know what it means being a young person, especially in Africa, leaving university, not having a job. And maybe most of us will hawk on the streets to make ends meet. So are you really saying that if a graduate or whoever is watching you now hears you say this, they should take the little capital they have now, go and secure themselves a position on passive, and that is going to change their life? Are you really like giving someone an assurance to do that? Is it not a risk doing that?
My sister, if there is any other word that can sound more important than convenient, than they're confident, I think I can use those words. And that is why when I talk, people see reasons. I had a graduate sometimes after the seminar a while ago, and he made up his mind to go and sell his bike. The bike is for comfort, not for commercial. And because why? Now, ONPASSIVE, unlike every other business that people engage in today, to me, I can say ONPASSIVE has no risk. Why? Because when you are talking about risk, you are talking about a business or a company or a system that you can commit whatever fund, and immediately you commit, whether it favors you or not, that is all. But in the case of ONPASSIVE, it is not like that. If somebody comes on board today with the fee for becoming a founder, and then tomorrow you wake up and say, no, I am not interested again, you still get your money back. Now, sister, tell me, where is the risk then? Now, most of us have invested in so many opportunities before, in terms of millions and all of that. At the end of the day, whether you have the product value of your money or you don't have, it doesn't concern the company, whatever. So your money has gone, it has gone, whether you have the value for your money or not. But in ONPASSIVE, to tell you that the company, the CEO, and the composition of the company, they knows what they are coming out with. And that is why they give that opportunity. It's just a mere privilege. That is why I tell people, it's a privilege. For you becoming a founder in ONPASSIVE is a privilege.
Wow.
And that is why if I have my way and I have the money, I can say, let all Nigerian youth pay for all of them. They fill your forms, and then that is all, and become a founder so that we can sleep in peace.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining us live on YouTube, my name is Comfort, for those who don't know me yet. And today I am talking with Pastor Paul, 360 degrees, all the way from Abuja, Nigeria. And he is here authoritatively assuring you that you should empty your pockets, do whatever thing you can to get money and get yourself ready, start on this brand new IT company that is yet to be launched, and that is going to change your life. So if you are just joining in now, please do us a favor, like and share, and listen to the end. If you have questions, type them, and I believe you me, if I lay eyes on a question from anybody watching us now, Pastor Paul, 360 degrees is very ready to answer them. So that said, we are moving ahead because he is saying a lot of things that we need to do, follow up to make sure that he tells us what we need to know and to give us more assurance before you go and do something that you do not know anything about. So what categories of people, you have said that ONPASSIVE is an IT company, you use words like artificial intelligence and all of those things. What categories of people do you share the ONPASSIVE vision with? As is it with business people, with IT engineers, is it with students, or who is qualified to be a member or a founding member of ONPASSIVE?
Thank you. This is a very wonderful question. And a 60-year-old man asked me the same question just 2 days ago in Benin City.
All right.
And he's already a founder, but he said, now I am 60 years old. What do I stand to benefit for becoming a founder, and why should I go about maybe talking to some of my mates that are already close to their grave? And I say, Daddy, no. You are, even the Bible says that a good man leave an inheritance for his children's children. So even if you are 95 years old and you have what it takes to become a founder in ONPASSIVE, I think you are going to die well and die in peace, because your people you are leaving behind are happy and they will bless you. So ONPASSIVE, as it stands now, it does not have that is why I used to tell people that there are so many companies out there today. It is not meant for everybody because of some basic sentiment, either from religious belief, either from ethics, either on moral, either on needs. But today, ONPASSIVE is for every category. One, if you have a child of 2 years or even 1 month, and if you are in a position to build a legacy, to make a provision for that child, you will have to make it. So, and that is ONPASSIVE. So when you make that child a founder in ONPASSIVE today, before that child grew up, the child is settled for life, and even up to the child's children too to come. Then you talk about an elderly person. I just gave illustration. Now, even in Africa today, that people even tend to spend more for somebody that is dead than the one that is alive. So even if you are close to your grave and you have a privilege and opportunity and what it takes to sign up for ONPASSIVE as a founder, then at least your children know that they will not have enough resources to bury you.
Okay.
So ONPASSIVE is meant for everybody, and to justify that, my own baby, I have a child that when I knew about ONPASSIVE, the baby was 2 months old, and I signed her up.
Oh,
yes,
a young billionaire.
yes, I signed her up, and if I wake up anytime, I say, yeah, all of you are settled. There is no point if you want to school anywhere in this world. Money will not stop you again. And that is what we should do. I am always amazed and first somehow when people ask, why will I come in? I am not supposed to, I am not in need. And they compare ONPASSIVE with every other company they know about, how they have been involved with. ONPASSIVE is different. Why? Because ONPASSIVE is a product base. And then this product is not a product that has sentiment. When I'm talking about sentiment, for example, now, there are some companies today, their products are good, but they are not meant for everybody. For example, some health-based product today, you discover that with the quality and the price and the value of this product, average youth doesn't need them because they don't have such health challenges that those products were targeted to. Then the matured people, some elderly people that need those products, they cannot afford them. You cannot see sentiment. 2 categories are out of the board already. Now you now come to those that have the value, that have the fund, that have the money. They will not be, they are not in position to see them. So you discover that at the end of the day, maybe out of the 4 categories of humanity in a society, there are some companies that their product, maybe it's only one a segment that actually needs the product. But today, we are in ONPASSIVE. by maybe before, within a short period of time now, as we are working here, both the YouTube that belong to different company and Zoom that belong to different company, ONPASSIVE has both of them. So you will not be struggling to connect YouTube to Zoom again before you stream live from your Zoom to YouTube, because
That's a good one.
yes, ONPASSIVE with video chat, and the most amazing one that nobody has seen, that nobody has had, is this: everything is on one opening, single sign-on.
Wow.
Yeah, you can be on your screen and work with your video conferencing platform, and work with your webinar platform, and work with your search engine optimization, and any of those products you want to use, you can use all at once. In one is by your single sign-on. Nothing like you close this, open here, close here, open here, close here, open here, which at the end of the day, you will be filled with a lot of distraction, and your aim might not really be achieved 100%. But in non-passive, it is not like that.
Okay. So you have said a lot of things, and I'm interested in two. The very first thing you say your little baby. I'm just envious that somebody is just a couple of months old and is a potential billionaire. I'm talking about billions here in terms of dollars, US dollars.
Yes.
So does it mean that you decided in your family to register your family under this baby, or how did you do, or is it that you have a possibility of registering more than one name in one family? Because what you make me understand is that your baby, who was just born a couple of months old, you have registered her onto ONPASSIVE. Is that the person bearing the family name, or you can register yourself and register your child too?
Yes. The formation of ONPASSIVE allowed allow the registration of a third party, in the sense that the CEO is somebody with a body for humanity. So he knew quite okay that there are so many people today, because if you look at the ratio of rural-urban dweller, you will know that a larger percentage of human population live in rural areas. And in such environment, you discover that most of them may not even have access to smartphone. And some again may not even have the means, some again may not even have the power, some again may not even have the money to fund their phone to be able to view anything online. So such kind of people, and like African society, we know sociologically, urban center is just an extension of the rural rural centers, not unlike a developed society where most of the settlements are already urbanized. So here, our society is just an urban center, is just an extension. So therefore, most of our people, most of us in the urban centers are our relatives are in rural areas. So for them to also be part of this, you need to bring them in and take care of them. So it is allowed for somebody to manage an account for another person in ONPASSIVE. So that is why I am able to register my little baby. Then at the end of the day, when the baby grow up, I hand it over to her, and she take care, she start from there. And then for an adult, the same thing. You manage, when the money start rolling in, your own is to just start moving the money to whoever the person is. So that is the possibility is there.
Wow. This sounds really good, but you still need to do one more clarification, because you are making it for people to understand that even people in our rural areas back home in Africa, for example, they have a chance of registering. But do not forget that these people are already challenged technically, because they neither have smartphones nor internet, nor do they even know how to use it. So how do they register?
But now, what I'm saying is this: for you that you're already a founder in the city, I have all my relative details, the basic information that is required for membership registration in ONPASSIVE. So my own is to get those three basic information. Then, even if they don't have email, I create one. I will create them for them. It doesn't take any 2 minutes to create a Gmail account. So take their phone number, take their full names, create email. I've created email for more than 10 people only today. Not even not a rural dweller, but urban dwellers. Only today I've created more than 10.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So apart from that, you said there is a suite of about 50 or many more products all put in one. I'm just
Yes.
happy that you used the example of the challenge we had when we were starting this show. We have to move from Zoom to YouTube and back and so on. But you make us understand that you have everything on one plate here. So apart from the residual income that you make us understand that we will get from ONPASSIVE, do founding members have free access to these products, or do we need to pay and use like any other person?
Yeah, that is one of the benefits of the 1%. The
Okay.
1% who are the founders that is coming on board now before the company launch to the world. They have the privilege of using all the product with just only one payment out of pocket. Which is to say that when you become a founder, you paid the sum of $97 currently to become a founder. Then when the company launch, you pay your 1 month, your first month out of pocket, which is between the range of $100 and $250. Now, when you pay that now, you don't pay any money again, and you are entitled to all the product.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
But like unlike the customers and the resellers that are coming after, they will pay for whatever they are using on the monthly basis. Yes. So
Okay.
because of that is the basic difference between you becoming a founder and then the resellers and customers will not have access to all the product at once, except they pay for. If you are in need, for example, now you are using only video chatting and video conferencing and webinar platform. Now, at the end of the day, if you are a customer in ONPASSIVE per se for these services now, you are going to pay to be billed for only these two. You are not using the remaining 51. But as a founder, you use all of them and you are not paying.
So if I understand you well, does it mean that at some point there's not going to be founder position again, or what?
That is basic. If it is a continuous something, some people like us will not be in stress moving from one state to another to make sure people hear about the information. Would have relaxed and wait. After all, 1 year is there, 2 years is there, 3 years is there, 5 years is there. So the foundership position is ending very, very soon. So it's not a continuous opportunity and something that anybody can jump in anytime.
Wow. This sounds really encouraging and it sounds good. So thank you, whoever is joining and watching us now. Thank you for joining us. So I'm Comfort here and I am talking with Pastor Paul 360 degrees all the way from Abuja, Nigeria. And he is here to encourage brothers, friends, sisters to join this once in a lifetime opportunity, which is ONPASSIVE, an artificial intelligence-led company, IT company, which is about to be launched. So as you tune in, please stay tuned, listen to Pastor Paul 360. If you have a question, type it on the comment section. And if I find it, I'll definitely let him respond to you before he leaves from here. So thank you once again, Pastor Paul 360. I can call you any name. It's okay. So
Yes,
you're my brother. I can call you anyhow I want though. So this takes us actually to another question. You have said that registration is $97 US. And there are other few words that we hear, especially people who are new to ONPASSIVE. There are words like soft launch, there is launch, there is a and so on and so forth. What is the difference between soft launch and launch, and what is and then what is the transition? All of those things. Can you explain from registration to soft launch to launch, what and so on? Just let people get some clarification, because if you are listening now and you have not registered, it's high time you made an informed decision and go for the right thing now, because like he says, registration is going to stop anytime soon. So I give you the floor. Pastor Paul.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sister Comfort. Like I said earlier, to become a member as a stand now in a period called pre-launch. The period called pre-launch is a period between the development stage to the testing stage. That is pre-launch. Now, for example, ONPASSIVE, the development of the products commenced since July 2018. and now that they are done. So those that are able and those that got the information early enough and immediately since then, they have been coming on board with just a token of $97. And up to today, as I'm talking to you, it's still $97. But then, in a very short while, the company, they are done with everything, both the development, the legal processing, and the licensing, and most of the things that are supposed to hinder the other aspect of launching to the public is done. So now the another phase of soft launch is a time where the product will be tested to ensure that everything is okay. So that at the point of launching to the whole world, there will be nothing like complaint, much observation, much suggestion. Like a doctor was sharing with me a week or 2 weeks ago how they have contributed, observed, and suggest so many amendments and so many things to be done to a particular IT company. And they saw that those suggestions were implemented immediately for them to achieve that particular aims. And they are tested to the fact. So that is to tell you that the company did not, there are no much people and there is no much testing before they bounce into the public. And now it's the public that are now giving them, telling them what to do. But in the case of ONPASSIVE, is different. So in the soft launch, most of those observations, even if there will be any, because there will be nothing much, with the sophistication and what we are seeing, there will be nothing much to be observed and to be integrated. But even if there is any, within the soft launch period, the founders will sit down round table, test, use all the product. Wow. And they will use them and attest to every quality, that everything is of standard. And then immediately that is done, the company is on their way to the public. Wow, and at that point, then the stage you are talking about, the financial implication within the stages. And I've said that the pre-launch stage, from the development to the testing period, with $97. But during the soft launch, the period of testing with all the founders across the world testing that product, at that point, the people that there are so many today that they are still living in doubt. But when they see those products and see some other things during that time, they were the one begging. They will be one coming to begging you to please sign them up. It happens. Okay. So, and at that point, they are not going to pay the $97 again, but they will be paying $149. But they are still founders. Oh, good. Then between that time, within a short period of the interval exactly, I am not in position to talk. After that, it was closed and nobody can come on board as a founder again, even though if you have your billions, the door is shut.
Wow, wow. Well, thank you. I'm just happy and I get more reassured with the way you talk, because you don't seem like you are doubting anything. And that means to me that you are giving everybody watching you now, if they are new to this, you are giving them the reassurance that they go ahead and get themselves registered because you are sure of what you are talking about. So a couple of days ago, we had a Zoom meeting and this lady came to us for the first time. And after listening, she said, this sounds interesting, but I want to know, what will founders be doing in order to earn this money? She precisely meant after lunch, what shall we founders be doing? Like, shall we be busy recruiting people like they do on other companies? Shall we be taking the product to the market and selling in order to raise this money that we're going to share? Or what shall we be doing as founders? Because we are meant to understand that as a founding member, the company is ours. We are going to share the profit. So what is my job? What is yours when launching is out there?
Yeah, for those of us that are inside already, we already knew that ONPASSIVE is 100% hands-free, meaning that everything will be done for you as a founder alone, not customers and not resellers. So now it means that you as a founder, like that person was asking, you don't have any business going anywhere. Because in ONPASSIVE, for those of us that are founder, when you go to your back office, you are going to see so many links, marketing links. Now, the ONPASSIVE, the artificial intelligence will distribute them online. and be recruiting customers and be building our customer base. That is our team, not team per se. But ONPASSIVE is not an MLM company. It's an MLM company that you must go and look for people before you can be able to earn anything. But here we have a automated system that is doing that work for us. So as founders, we can go and sleep, except you have a need to use any of the portfolios for the promotion of your own different business. You are free to do that, but not because you want to make money, because you must do that for ONPASSIVE because you make money as a founder. That is not true.
Okay. Wow. So before I have just one question for us to close, but you keep opening room for many more questions which
Go
need
ahead,
clarification.
go ahead.
You say somebody may choose to use one of the portfolios for their own business. So if I choose to use one of those, would that fetch me extra money, and is artificial intelligence going to drive traffic to that platform when I'm earning the residual income, or how does that function? How is it going to be like?
Yeah, like for example, maybe a CEO of a particular company or a chairman of any company that required customers, whether online or offline, can use the ONPASSIVE to promote and drive traffic. Because ONPASSIVE specialize in targeted traffic. Now, targeted traffic means the right people for your product. They are the one that will be coming to you. Not those that don't need what you have. So now, with the specialization in targeted traffic, it means that if you are selling orange and you want more customers, you want to advertise your orange so that you have more customers, you can use the ONPASSIVE platform, and they will drive traffic. They will bring people. You know, so many people did not understand the word traffic. In one of my seminar on the 5th of December in Abuja, a lady who is already a founder asked the questions, and it takes a lot of time before she finally understood. Now, when we are talking about traffic, we are talking about the inflow of people to a particular place. So in the case of online, bringing people that are in need of any product that you have, that you want them to buy, then bringing them, it is what it is called traffic. So that is what ONPASSIVE will be doing. ONPASSIVE will bring people to you. If you are a shoe seller, if you are a rich one seller, if you are a clothes seller, and you use ONPASSIVE platform, go and sleep, and customer will be placing order left, right, and center.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. That sounds really good, interesting, and exciting at the same time. So now we have various types of people, categories of people out there when it comes to this subject of ONPASSIVE. There are some people who have listened. They think that it makes sense, but they are not sure because they have had failures in other companies which sounded like this, like we sound now. And so they don't want to risk their $97. On the other hand, there are some who have registered, but because they had a bad experience in another company, they want to give it a try here. But they don't want to have their name, to deal with out there that, oh, you caused me to join some company that will not make me money. Even though they are registered, they still doubt whether it is going to give us the fruit that we're expecting. So what word do you have to this type of people?
Yes, let me start with the first category. The first category are those, because of their in retrospect of what they have suffered before, they don't see need to come close. But then, what I do tell such people is this: those other companies that you have bad experience with, calculate, reflect, think, and give me answer. If the money you use in investing in that place, do you have option of refund? They will tell me no. I say, okay, fine. If you are coming to a place that tell you that, now if you come here, if you don't get what you want and what I said, you collect your money back. Anybody will be ready to venture into that particular place because he knew that he will not lose anything. except if you don't have, or maybe you are just an enemy of yourself. But the guarantee is there. So with that guarantee, if you are not seeing it, the person that, like, I may have seen everything. So I can tell you authoritatively that yes. And to some extent, some that are closer to me, I say, okay, why you come on board when it is time and what you need is not there? I personally, I can even refund your money to you.
Right.
But I want you to prosper through ONPASSIVE. Then the second category are those that are already founder, but they remain passive. So let me use the word that would define those people. They are passive. So they choose not to be involved, so that at the end of the day, they will not have people blaming them for. Now, do you know why? Because they have not been close. They are not close to this, to what is happening in ONPASSIVE. If you ask those kind of people now, they have never attended any webinar before. They did not even know, they have not seen the face of CEO on camera before. Now, how do you expect those kind of people to know even the position, where is the ONPASSIVE at any particular time? They don't know. They don't have idea. Their own is that they have the money, somebody has convinced them on risking the money they pay in, and then they find their way. So this kind of people, because they are not aware of what is ONPASSIVE and the level and the status by time. So that is why. So what I have for those kind of people is they should get involved. Right. I have one of my founder who has not been attending anything before he registered, and just like that. And one day he happened to attend one webinar, and I bet you the man is somebody that is even up to 50. So he said that night he doesn't sleep throughout. Today break. Why? Because of what he has had. And I am telling you, till today, that man never missed any webinar again till today. So the answer to those kind of people is they should come close. They should come close. If they are close, they will not only help themselves, but they will help so many people around them to come and take what belongs to them from ONPASSIVE.
Wow. Thank you so much, Pastor Paul 360. I just hope that somebody is hearing and somebody is listening to you, and whoever listens to Pastor Paul 360 degree now, and you think that what he's saying makes some sense. If you want to contact him after this, just call me. My number is all over the place. Call me or post a comment here that you want to talk directly to Paul 63 degrees. I will connect you to him. If you want to talk to me, I am always ready to talk to you at any time. We have a host of us who are ready, and we mean business when we want that ONPASSIVE must touch every nook and cranny of Africa in particular, and why not the world in general. So that said, Pastor Paul 360 degree, I think that from my own part, you have made a wonderful presentation. And so whoever was doubting should be able to take an informed decision now from the presentation you have just made. But however, before we finally call it a close, do you have any other thing, any extra information you think you would like, a piece of advice or anything to tell someone about ONPASSIVE? Do you still have something to maybe re-emphasize on, which you find important for people to know about ONPASSIVE before we close, please? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. If you give me the next 5 hours,
I know.
to put more emphasis, I will still tell you that the time is short.
Not enough. Yeah.
Because the rate of convention I have for ONPASSIVE is so fabulous. And now, in a way, the only appeal and advice I have for my people across Africa is they should change their thought system. And first of all, they should just listen. Give an ear, a listening ear. Give your eye to read at least some things about ONPASSIVE. Because if you stay at a distance and say, no, I am done with the online business, I'm done with online business, that is an expression that is common among both even the educated and non-educated. They tell you, I am done. And I ask them, how many years are you that you are even tired of online business? How much have you lost? That is even up to 1/100 of even my own that is talking to you. So I really, the advice is this: they should try as much as possible to listen so that they will get the real gist of about ONPASSIVE, because ONPASSIVE is entirely different from every other company. One, the implication is very small. How much is it? Average Nigerians can lose 50,000 naira and will still have a sound sleep,
Right.
especially the youth. Now, you see, God has helped me with with the conviction in ONPASSIVE. I thank God I have touched some people that have really seen even the value of ONPASSIVE more than myself.
Right.
I have a young man who is an intellectual who has seen what ONPASSIVE is all about, even more than myself, by the sacrifice he has made. This person cannot even buy something of 30,000 naira. But he struggled to sell some of his things to create an account for his children and the whole of his family. So that is what all of us should do. Because let's forget about the immediate enjoyment that we think is an enjoyment. Because like ONPASSIVE now, in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now, you will have reasonable amount of money to do anything you want to do, instead of spending the 50,000 that you are supposed to use to become a founder. So it is a very, very it's a very dangerous mistake for anybody that have heard about ONPASSIVE and turn it down. Because to me, if you have if your mind, even if you don't have the money, but I see the sincerity in you, I have the way of committing you and register you. I've done it for many people around me too. They don't have the money, but they really have the feelings and the commitment, the sincerity in them. I saw them and I bring them close, I make them to see, and at the end of the day, I register them. So I think that is what the advice I have for them. Everybody should try to get involved, come close, and I bet you will never be disappointed, and you will never have a cause to say, no, I will not register, or I want to go back. Nobody. So that is a little advice I have for my people as regard ONPASSIVE. Thank you very much once again for giving me the platform and the privilege to talk to my people through your platform.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brother Paul. It has been such a wonderful blessing. I know exactly what your day has been like. I know that you passed through heavy traffic and made it just to, like, you still had a smiley face to sit here and talk to your people. What else can you do apart from doing this sacrifice? So you've only had your lips to use to tell your people to share it. You can only share by word of mouth. And whoever listens and takes a good decision, I think they will have every reason to say thank you tomorrow. So I'm just praying that you continue to stay strong and continue to do the good work you are doing, and you sensitize our people for the importance and the reason why they should join this once in a lifetime opportunity. Thank you so much. And this platform is always open and ready to have you here anytime when you feel like talking to our people. God bless you and thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you.